Greetings, fellow speed gamers, and may I just send a warm, I hope you enjoyed your extra hour of sleep, North America, because that's the
I
only
didn't.
extra hour you're going to get for quite a while.
I
Anyway,
didn't
this.
enjoy my sleep.
I'm Army of One. I'm being joined by the Great Pikmin, and we are here today to bring you the tiebreaker match between Autumn Out of Habit and FPiz. This is the lower round 6 bracket of the Metroid Fusion Open Randomizer Tournament. And there are no bad games anymore. It's like all the runners are great that are left in the tournament. And I can confirm this because I'm not in the tournament anymore.
Same here.
So there's a little bit of unfortunate hardware malfunction with Herc yesterday. Don't worry, folks. That game is getting rescheduled, and it should be soon. But we are just waiting on the countdown and on the go for these runners. How are you doing, Pikmin?
I'm just looking at from today onwards was a better outlook than yesterday because I don't want yesterday's events to bring me down. Besides, Fusion Randomizer was fun.
Yeah, and I think everything went out actually much smoother than I had expected, but we have the very beginning of this race right now. So it's been a little while since we've seen these two race each other. Oh, FPiz accidentally dropping a little bit of that climb initially. And since some of you might be new, certainly, hopefully not on the archive. Why are you watching Game 3 before watching Game 1 this deep in the tournament? I'm so confused at you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you specifically. But anyway, we need a few items. We need to open a few doors. What we need explicitly in order to trigger the final SIX final boss rush is Charge Beam, Plasma Beam, missiles, and some sort of jump upgrade, either high jump or space jump, in order to get, at least logically, up to the red door that we also need to unlock. But first, we're starting with missiles today.
Morph Ball is just a myth at this point. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist in this data room. So missiles, this sends us into the Arachnus area, and there are, in fact, only in the Arachnus area. And there's only one way out, which is Morph Ball. So within these first 5 checks, Morph Ball is guaranteed. However, this is a pretty check-rich area. There's, a good opportunity for some more interesting things to pop up in the Arachnus vents. So far, not so good for interest. Only a couple of E-tanks. Autumn, a little bit rusty, it's looking. FPiz to that Ghidorah very quickly, and Autumn opting to pick up that second E-tank that FPiz left. FPiz not getting those doubles. Letting Autumn catch up to the door a little fast, and not getting the best RNG from this Ghidorah. Autumn missing her double. But FPiz is the first into the boss room and picking up his Ooh! Not the Morph Ball. We've got high jump right now, so that is, in fact, a go mode item that we no longer have to find.
We got the Arachnus Vanilla.
And we have Vanilla Arachnus as well. So if the runners had found Morph Ball previous to fighting Arachnus, they could just leave. I don't believe we've actually really seen it in the tournament. I think Autumn skipped out on Arachnus facing Herc early on in the tournament, but other than that, nothing come to mind. Anyway, FPiz taking on that misnamed... I mean, it's the only arachnid named enemy in the game, but the only
named Wally Poly.
Yeah, I mean, it's an armadillo. Upgraded, sure. Most armadillos don't have a what's that slash from Mega Man or breathing fire?
Slash Armadillo.
Anyway,
I don't know.
but FPIS first out of the Arachnus area, and first onto the main sector area. So the main sector, after getting off the elevator, will be the first divergence point that is possible for these runners. They can either go to Sector 1 or Sector 2, and they will definitely have to at least go to Sector 2. Well, there's bombs. Speaking of Sector 2, that just busts... we've got bombs, we've got high jumps. Sector 2 is wide open to these runners. So Sector 2 is a very, very likely play at this point, especially because we don't have space jump and we don't have speed boosters, so that does potentially orphan a few checks in Sector 1. Autumn picking up her bombs, and FPIS heading to Sector 2. So in Sector 2, we do have our level 1 locks. I still haven't got to what we need for level 4s. There's just so much to talk about.
Yes.
We do have our level 1 locks. We've got a data room, and then we have the rest of the sector open, more or less. There's a few checks up in the Notori overgrown area. We do have high jump, so we don't need to do a special cargo jump. We just sort of zoop right over it, and we find Ice Beam. Okay, so so that's a good segue. Ice Beam is one of the half requirements, I should say, for the level 4 locks. Level 4 is down in Sector 4, the flooded area, so we do need our gravity suit. We need speed booster, missiles, morph ball and morph ball bombs or a screw attack to get there, and we also need some way to get out. And Ice Beam is one half of the logical requirements to get out. If you have Ice Beam and Wave Beam, you can get out logically, but with just Ice Beam, you can scam your way out using a misplaced POW amp by the developers. Here we have a high five as Autumn is heading to her Sector 2 level 1 locks. And FPIS using the bombs to clean out at least upper Sector 2. Lots of majors.
Oh my god!
There's plasma. We do not have a plasma hunt, folks.
Darn.
Plasma, not our go mode item today.
There goes my bingo card. Already in shambles.
Already in shambles. So FPIS picking up a few items in upper Sector 2 using the bombs. Picking up a missile tank just in case he has to fight some bosses without charge beam. And just a little bit ahead of Autumn at this point. Autumn picking up her own plasma beam. And FPIS checking out the item across from the data room. So with ice, with high jump, we've got everything we need. And with bombs, we have everything we need to get into Sector 2 and everything we need to get out.
Oh my goodness!
Speaking of charge beam, Sector 2 absolutely stacked. This is so far a jet seed. Let's see how long it lasts. So FPIS heading into the depths of Sector 2. And coming up on the last item that ice or some sort of jump upgrade isn't necessary to get in Sector 2, just an E-Tank. FPIS not heading deep into Sector 2 at the moment, and opting to leave. So a little bit of an interesting routing decision. With bombs, we do have pretty much the first half of the game open to us. We have the upper half of Sector 4. We can unlock our level 2 locks in Sector 3. So there is quite a few checks to make for both of our runners. Sector 2, pretty check rich, but kind of hard to get out of. Like once you're in there, you've pretty much you're committed at that point. FPiz heading out of Sector 2, going to Sector 1, the Sector 1 loop. Without Space Jump or Speed Boost, there will be a couple of items that he can't get. Automatic Habit also deciding to dip, not going into lower Sector 2. So both runners actually making the same play so far. And with Charge Beam, that will make destroying these. Unfortunately,
Off waste all his missiles instead.
Yep. Well, so with Charge Beam and Plasma, you could just shoot through those stabilizer beams with a charge shot and just wreck them. But Autumn heading into Sector 4, getting a little bit of a divergence. Sector 4's loop, much shorter than Sector 2, and it's horizontal instead of vertical, which makes it easier just to move through. Saving at the beginning of Sector 4, Autumn hedging her bet a little bit if Autumn wouldn't actually do the loop, though. You know why? Because Saris is in the loop, and Saris doesn't exist.
What is Saris to Autumn? A miserable little speedy snake who's supposedly dead.
So, Autumn can get out of Sector 4 with a well-placed freeze on one of those crabs. But, ooh, we do have a nice major pickup for Autumn. Autumn does like delaying Sector 1 as long as she can, just because it is easier. Oh, and another major. Ice missiles in the lava dive. I'm surprised they didn't melt. And
what is
Speed
Speed
Booster. That is the item that Autumn was looking for. That opens up the rest of the game, other than on underwater areas. But that opens up Sector 3. That opens up green doors for Autumn. And as far as items go, like items that she's looking for, Autumn is currently in the lead. FPiz playing a little bit better, but not routing, or at least not as lucky with routing. Ooh, FPiz looking a little low on health there.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, things kind of hit really hard. And another wide beam. That is an excellent quality of life pickup, but the only major in the game that doesn't actually unlock progress.
At least Autumn doesn't have to worry about the cursed single wave beam.
Exactly. Not only that, but it does dramatically increase damage. FPiz at the pirate climb with only 47 health now. He's got to be real careful. And through the pirate climb, those pirates, I'm not sure how much damage they do, but it's quite a bit. That was a little bit sketchy for FPiz. FPiz heading to Charge Core, while Autumn cleans up the first half of the Sector 4 loop. But yeah, specifically because Autumn went to check under Saris, it's very, very unlikely for her to go up to Saris. Space Jump under the pump control.
And diffusions on Charge Core.
And diffusions on Charge Core. And a heads-up play checks the watering hole, but it's only just someone littered in the watering hole today. How unfortunate. And unfortunately, because FPiz does not have Space Jump, because he does not have Speed Booster, there are 2 checks left in Sector 1 that one of them he just can't even see. I didn't see if he tried to check the lava moat check in earlier Sector 1. but he wouldn't have been able to get it anyway. FPiz heading out of Sector 1, Autumn with her bounty heading out of Sector 4. And there's one more check in early 4 to make behind this Garen. Autumn has to be a little bit careful. Those electrical wires pack a bit of a punch. And another major. Sector 4 absolutely stacked. Varia suit. That'll protect against... well, she can get into Sector 5. She can easily get through Sector 6. And she is on the other side of those electrical wires. FPiz heading out of Sector 1, just as Autumn heading out of Sector 4. And it looks like FPiz is heading to Sector 4 himself, so he'll be picking up all those very nice, very required items. He'll be finding his speed booster, and he'll be picking up a nice space jump as well. We'll see. I mean, I'd be surprised if FPiz fights Ceres, but we'll see. Autumn likely to unlock her level 2 locks at this point, going to Sector 3 instead of Sector 1, but we will see what sorts of decisions she makes at this point. If she goes into Sector 3, she'll just be pretty much ahead. Yep, she's just going to Sector 3. So at the moment, she is ahead of FPiz. FPiz checking the powerbomb check with his diffusion missiles and seeing that it's a powerbomb. A little bit unfortunate, but it's also a little bit of a relief. We know that it's not a major, so we're not expecting to see powerbombs. And expecting to see powerbombs is a little bit of a bad feeling. So Autumn gearing up to check the Telltale Heart. Checking under the floorboards. It's only a missile pack, but that's nice to see. And FPiz picking up his speed booster. Autumn having a little bit of trouble with that space jump, but leaving herself enough room to get some speed in order to get into the level 2 lock room. So the longer Autumn puts off checking Sector 1, sure, she doesn't have a logical way out of Sector 4 at the moment. She technically doesn't have a way into Sector 4, lower Sector 4 at the moment either, so not exactly a high priority. But she does have Ice Beam, she does have Wide Beam, so that definitely makes scamming out of Sector 4 much easier than just a single Ice Beam.
This is the type of game. Oh!
Speaking of ways... Speaking of ways...
I guess that's game.
Speaking of ways into lower Sector 4, Autumn just picking up her gravity suit. That's all she really needs. Yeah, she scamming away out of Sector 4 is just yeah. That's how you do it.
Autumn is going to take some time with the STX's ice core because no missile upgrades, but this is pretty quick.
Yeah, but FPiz has only 5 extra damage. Sure, you're doing 50% extra damage. That's a little bit easier, but it's still not like FPiz heading to Ceres. I didn't think that Ceres existed.
And then FPiz sees that item.
Right, so FPiz being teased by the Wide Beam.
Longest shine spunk in the game.
Very nice to see it pulled off. And Autumn making a beeline for those red locks. And after that, it's game. the end is in sight as long as like she's a little low on health. She only has 4 E-tanks at the moment, which does make the SIX fight a little bit scary, especially if you don't have Screw Attack.
So it's just hell trash.
But if it takes longer to get that, Autumn saving at the top of lower sector 4. Yeah, it is a little scary down here with so little health. Autumn not even stopping to make checks. She's absolutely in go mode right now. So yeah, Autumn putting off Sector 1, going to Sector 4, and then going to Sector 3 instead of Sector 1 like FPiz did, was definitely the play. FPiz picking up his wide beam. It's nice to see, but he's got some ground to make up if he's going to make it to the end before Autumn does. So Autumn, large lead, huge lead, but a very, very risky lead. Like these mermaid pirates, like just look at how much damage that Autumn is taking just from those single enemies.
Yeah, they're not fun. They may have aquatic in the name, but they're not fun. And that's a very suitable FPiz.
Oh, FPiz using his diffusion missiles to check behind the power amp in early. That is a strange high five if I've ever seen one.
Very strange.
And it is a major.
Oh, and it's super missiles!
Super missiles!
Oh, that'll help Autumn immensely now.
Well, I mean, we've seen interesting convergences before, but
that was one way.
So FPiz, he's finished with 1. He decided not to go to lower 2, so that's definitely a green lock play for FPiz going into Sector 3. And here is the scam. Let's see how well Autumn has learned from the scam master. It's a little tricky to get the positioning right and the screen. Oh,
got
there
it.
it is. Yeah. It's that wide beam. That wide beam makes scamming so much easier. And she is out of upper 4, just as FPiz space boosts. Nice little space boost. Autumn, ooh, that is an unsettlingly low amount of health heading into the final boss rush.
I really believe FPiz is also 1 E-tank below the amount of E-tank
That's
Autumn
also
has,
true.
but
That is also true.
it is possible to just clear the game with just 3 E-tanks. I've done it a few times before, but it's very risky still.
It's risky. It's like claustrophobic. FPiz. Oh, he's just about to pick up his own gravity suit as well.
Yep. And soon he'll be heading into lower 4.
So there's the gravity suit. Will FPiz check behind the gravity suit? Is my question. No, he's just leaving. He's
both
gone.
ones opted. Both ones opting to not check it because go mode right there.
Go mode, man. Go mode so soon. Like, that's a 23:35 go mode for FPiz, and Autumn is entering the SIX. I said it was a jet seed when they were picking up their plasma, but my god, this is a jet seed.
Yeah, when you least expected it, with good routing, it does become a jet seed.
Autumn, unfortunately, dropping the free strats. Oh, it's a little bit riskier with just the ice beam instead of ice.
That's free health. Oh my goodness, free health. Autumn almost in shambles.
My heart.
Autumn. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Autumn has to play it safe.
Yeah, she's just waiting for that ice core to just lodge itself right on that corner. Absolute safety. And with super missiles, that actually makes if she doubles, that's a nice doubling spot right there. FPiz heading into lower 4. Let's see if he saves. No, he does not. FPiz not even saving.
And there's the core X. Just going away. Autumn about to leave FPiz in the space dust though.
Yeah, we have quite the seed.
Gonna be beeping for the entire sequence, pretty much.
FPiz unlocking level 4s, but unless something happens during the Omega fight, like the Omega fight, with only 4 E-tanks, each of those swipes does a full E-tank of damage. So Autumn can only get hit 4 times, and we've seen how easy it is to get hit a couple times during the Omega fight.
I think it's like 5 times because.
And the screwless low height for the swag. Now the question is, will Autumn be going for Pogo with only 3 health? Wait, only 3 health. Oh, wait. Okay, I've got a question. What happens if you only have 1 health going into that?
You just get knocked back, I guess, because it.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's. That swipe, this swipe is hard coded to bring you down to 1 HP because coding reasons. So I'm sure even if you're at 1 HP, you'll just be brought down to 1 HP.
To destination.
And bye-bye, Omega.
Stunlock. Goodbye, Omega. No beam sadness here. Autumn out of habit, going to finish with a race time, GG time of 27 minutes and 11 seconds. Excellently played. Well played, Autumn. FPiz on the way to SIX. Not the fastest seed that I've seen, but that is...
We have seen somewhat
very much,
but
very much on the quick side of seeds. And in just a moment, here she is.
Oh,
Congratulations,
Autumn. Congratulations.
You've had about 10. Oh, she is. You're deafened. You're deafened. You can't hear us. She cannot hear us, folks. She's deaf. She's mute. And hello. You're
Should
deaf.
be better. That
There
was
you
because speech echoes.
Well, so you were deaf and mute the entire time. So we didn't hear your intro.
Yeah,
or
the sound
anything that
wasn't
you
coming
said.
through my headphones. It was coming through my computer monitor.
Oh,
Which is
oh,
about a
you
foot
had
away
the
from my
Twitch stream
microphone.
up. Well, we have the winner of round 6 lower bracket, Autumn Out of Habit. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, thank you. I was
Yeah.
not expecting it, especially when it was a jet seed.
Jet Seed FPiz was one of the favorites to take the whole thing.
Piz was who I had picked to go take the whole thing. Honestly, my biggest disappointment with this matchup, I wanted this to be Grands.
Oh, I mean, it was grand. I could tell you that much.
Well, yeah, but this wasn't Grand Finals. I wanted this to be the Grand Finals matchup.
If only you two were on the same side of the bracket.
Yeah,
That'd be
that-
good.
Well,
possible
it's the
damage, but-
same side of the lower bracket.
So, before we talk about the seed, I have to wonder, what did you guys think about our warm-ups?
Nice glasses
I
of milk.
noticed that Samus grabbed some milk. You know, nice good calcium for those runner bones. And we also have FPiz joining us. Hello, FPiz.
Hello, GG.
GG, Piz.
Nice. You did it. Nice. I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
Gotta
so
milk
I mean,
PB
I
and then
spoiled
won my race.
I spoiled a little bit of the routing for each of you in the Race Time GG chat, but you two picked up super missiles at the exact same time.
Oh, I want to see the VOD quickly.
It like we saw a route convergence yesterday with Herc versus Leno picking up power bombs at the same time, but they had the same loadout. You two had vastly different loadouts in vastly different go states. Autumn was on the way out of lower 4. FPiz, you just used the diffusions that you picked up from the charge core in sector 1 in order to check that.
Okay,
And
I
of
would have
course-
never gotten the diffusions anyway.
Yeah,
I thought about dipping one, but I wasn't going to go all the way to charge core. Those ice missiles would really have helped, though.
Yeah, that was it wasn't long enough to be a tense SAX fight, but that was a very, very risky SAX fight.
I was honestly surprised it went down as fast as it did. And then I was sweating bullets at 3 HP. I even, going into the Omega, I was like, okay, I need to stand far enough back because this can kill me at this HP if it touches me before the swipe.
If you get stepped on.
Well, I was about to die at Arachnus. I had like less than 10 HP, and
You skipped the second E-Tank.
Yeah,
Autumn. You
yeah.
picked up that second E-Tank, and that's what saved you.
I'm not as good as FPiz. I need all the E-Tanks I can get.
Good.
And I know I need to have at least 5.
I was dying to Arachnus like an idiot.
Wow, imagine dying to Arachnus. My Arachnus fight was embarrassing, though. Like, I tanked
Same.
so many of my missiles that it took a million years. Actually, the milk warm-up might have helped with my button mashing a little bit, though. Which, for
Button
anyone
mashing? What are you,
unaware
a drug
who
speedrunner now?
follows warm-ups, FPiz holds world record in milk, and you just saw my new PB before the stream. That is 2nd place.
Oh, congrats on the milk PB.
FPiz told me yesterday to get him PB in warm-ups, so I did.
Yeah.
I have to listen to FPiz. FPiz
Well,
also told me to beat him so that he can get out of the tourney.
Well, okay,
you did.
you won the match, but I can bring milk faster to Adam. So yeah. Excuse me.
Actually, with that segue of wanting to be out of the tournament, we have quite a few matches that are going to be great upcoming. They're not scheduled yet, but be on the lookout for SN Ivan versus C Scotty W. Scotty, suffering from success, has been calling for each and every one of his opponents to take him out. No one's been able to touch him since Autumn Out of Habit put him in lower bracket. What do you know? Actually, you know what?
Did that even happen?
Actually, I think you two will. You know what? I think you two will meet up. I think you'll take Rezarin in the next round, and then
Those are some
see
big
Scotty
words there,
W
Army.
for the grudge match
Oh,
in losers finals. I mean, not
be losers
technically
semi.
losers finals, losers semifinals.
Losers finals will
Um,
be the loser of Herc versus Leno.
Right. Double elimination lower bracket. names are weird.
That is a tall order to ask me to take Scotty out twice.
No,
Once.
You don't know. It could happen.
no, I'm just saying that you two are going to go up against each other.
Ask me.
I mean,
um,
I am honor bound to try to go all the way here, though. I have to carry the torch for Euroboats. Since unfortunately I'm not
please.
I'm dying.
Carry the boats.
How do we carry these U-boats all the way across the ocean?
Geography is, not the most important part.
well, with all that said, any last shout-outs you would like to make on this tournament, FPiz?
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations to Autumn. I really had fun in this tourney. I had a few occasions to, show off. Like do some ball plays, and in general, it's been really funny. I was not expecting anything because, as we know, it's a randomizer. Like you don't win because of movements, and we saw it a lot of times. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone for organizing it, and for the commentators for other artwork and everything. I just hope to be better in the next one, maybe. If it is like maybe any percent or a speedrun category, which I can perform better, maybe.
A speedrun category that isn't completely bullshit.
Yeah, if we're playing any percent, you will beat me every single time.
Oh, maybe I die. You never know it.
You could die a couple times and still beat me.
Yeah, and other than that, I just wish Autumn the best of luck for the rest of the tourney. Of course. And yeah, that's
Thank
it.
you for that, FPiz, and thank you for all the encouragement you've given me along the way as a new runner.
Oh, that you're welcome. But you want to get the Melk world record,
Yeah, that's going to be a tall order.
That's mine.
The only way I got sub-minute was when I looked at another video and used strats that aren't your strats because I can't do your strats.
Yeah,
Use.
How dare not?
Anyway,
Well, no, I was trying to do FPiz strats. My execution's just not there.
it's really hard. I saw from the strat from Scotty that climb, it's super hard. So, but it took me like 100 tries to get it. So
I
keep
put in
going.
more than 100 tries to get mine. I feel
And I
better
think-
about that, knowing that you didn't just get that on your 5th try, though.
I think on that note, we should go ahead and sign off and hand the channel back to SpeedGaming. It is the weekend, so SpeedGaming, I'm sure, is very much glad to have extra space on their schedule. So, I've been Army of One, joined by the great Pikmin, and congratulations on the win, Autumn. And we will be seeing everyone except for FPiz next mission. Goodbye, everyone.
Hashtag save the animals.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.